Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dream of Crafts. My name is Deanna and today we're going to start day number 3 for my 12 days of Christmas in July. And we're going to continue on with some embellishments. We are going to do the deer ones, some sleighs, and some jar ones. So we'll start with the jar one. This is a die I got off of Amazon. And you probably can find that on Ally too, but Amazon's a little faster. And if I can find it, I just purchased it, so hopefully they still have it in stock, and I will add this link. I'm not affiliated with it or anything. It's just the link where I bought this one, and I just got this at the end of last week, so hopefully they'll have it in stock. It's a nice size die. It's not too big. And it cuts at approximately 3 inches tall by, it looks like almost 2 inches wide. About 1 7/8 inches wide. It comes with 2 tags. This tag is about 1 1/4 by 2 inches high. And then this little one, which is the one I used along with it, is about 7/8 inches wide by just a little over 1 inch high. So, and it's got a little tab, and they look like this. Nice cute little tag. And then I did not cut out this tag because I didn't need it at this time, but I cut several of these out. And then for the tops, what I did was I ran it back through with some silver paper, and just did a piece big enough for this to fit on, and then ran it back through, and then it's got like dotted lines on it like this. See the perforated lines? So then I just cut with my scissors the silver part, cut that off so this would lay right on there perfect. So that's how I got that. All right. So we will go ahead and these two I have done. Now the joy, I did not have a little punch. I have to find some more little tiny dies for words because I don't have very many tiny ones. So these are 2 that I've done with the pink cardstock. And then the joy, I just cut out of my Cricut because I did not have the word, and I didn't want to keep using the same words over and over and over. So, and I wanted something for that tiny tag. But as you can see, and we will make some of these little poinsettias together. And then these little roses are from AliExpress. They're just little tiny filler roses I get. Reasonable. The other thing is you have to wait approximately 30 days. They're probably back on the 30-day for delivery again now. So I have one already wrapped with twine here with the tag attached, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this on, and then we'll get as far as that step where we are with that, and then we'll just decorate them both. Build a couple of the poinsettias. Okay, so I'm just going to glue that right over top. Fits perfect down there. It's like that. Got a little glue on that silver, so I'm going to just wipe it. You'll have, if you see this on my arms, I was working in my garden last week, and I have come down with some poison ivy. So that is just some ivy medicine that's on my arm. So I'm sorry about that, but I was digging myself up. So I had to do something. So, all right. So I've just got some twine here. This just happens to be from the value pack from Michaels. It's in the bead section. And this one had like that periwinkle blue, the beautiful pink, and the mint color there, and the natural. So we're going to use the natural. I'm going to leave it connected until I know how much I need. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right on the back side here. Just like that. Just a little bit. Oops. Hang on. Accidentally go through there. Just going to place this in there carefully. I don't want to burn myself. And hold it, and then I'm just going to wrap it. That's 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to check it. It looks pretty good. Bring it back, and then I'm going to trim it. I'll cut this off here. Hold it with my finger on the front. Put some glue down right there. And then just bring this into it. Just like that. Perfect. And then what I did for the tie is I cut a piece that's probably about a little over an inch. Okay, now if you want, you can add a little glue to help hold it together. Just a tiny bit, and I'm just going to spin that in the direction that it naturally is supposed to go, already wound up. I'm going to run this through that hole, and I'm going to keep twisting it in the same direction that it's twisted. There we go. And then that will come through like that. And then I'm going to kind of pinch that together. Put some glue on the back side there. And then I'm going to lift this up kind of with my tweezers. Slide that under. Put it down. Just like that. All right. And then our little tag is on. So these are both at the same point now. Cuteness, right? So to build, and then I want to put these snowflakes on. These are the same snowflakes that I used yesterday. That is from, grab it here, the Sizzix die. It's from the Sizzix die. 662280, and it's just the one snowflake. Works. It's a nice size, and so I'm just gonna add a little hot glue. We'll do one on the right side here, like that, and then we'll do one on the left side, kind of like we did the other one. Just kind of in the same like that. That. All right, so now we can do red flowers. We might get away with red now. Okay, let's go ahead and do the red. I cut the white because I thought, oh, maybe I should do white with all that red, but white might not show up with the white snowflake. So what we need to do is I cut 3 red. And this die is from Spellbinders S5-055, and I used the smallest poinsettia die there. So I will measure this and tell you, I want to say about an inch. It's just a little over an inch, probably about 1.25 inches. Okay. So I cut 3 red for each of my flowers, and then 2 of the greens. Because poinsettia is just leaves, and they're all leaves. It's not a flower. It just looks like a flower because the leaves turn color. So what I do is I take my thumb and I just press in the center, and then I pinch it. Okay? And trust me, my little finger here is getting sore because I have done a lot of these the last 2 days. Each flower has 4 petals, so you're doing it to each petal. And I've done many of them. So push, pinch, push, pinch. And that's the easiest way for me to give these some character and some dimension. Push in with my nail, squish, pinch, or put it in my nail, and then I pinch it. Push with my nail. Oh, I'm not even on camera. I am so sorry about that. And then squish it. Okay, so I'll show you here. Push with my thumbnail in the center, and then pinch it. Push with my thumbnail in the center, and then pinch. And I do this to each one. Now, some of the papers I was able to cut 2 at a time, but the heavier papers, the die would only cut 1 at a time. So if you get lucky, I want a nice weight paper, but if you have too heavy a weight of a paper, or too light, then they're just going to tear. So what I do then is I take one of my flowers and I'm going to put a little bit of my glue there. I'm going to take this and I want them offset, but I want to offset just a tiny bit to the right. And I'll show you, I'm going to hold that with my nail there so it doesn't slip around. And I want it just offset to the right of the petal below it. I'm going to press and I will lift that up so you can see it. See how it's just off to the right? We're going to put another dab of glue in the center, and we're going to run this just to the left of that flower so that there's a little gap left in between, and I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so as you can see, there's a little gap left around, and that's going to leave us just the perfect amount of room for our green. So I'm going to put my green down, I'm going to put a little dot, and then I'm going to place that green leaf right in between where all those other gaps are. And then when I lift it up, you can see all the 3 layers of red and the green. All right, let's do another one together real quick here. Dot, hold it just to the right of the leaf, just like that. Dot of glue, just to the left of the leaf on the bottom. So you're going just, whoops, let me show you here. The bottom leaf is kind of in the center. You got the next one to the right, and then third one just to the left of it. And then put a dot of glue on your green one. And that's going to take up that spot right in between all of those. And you know, flowers aren't all perfect, so don't freak out if yours aren't exactly perfect, because nature's not always perfect either. And there we go. So for the centers, let's go ahead and just add a gem to each of the centers. Let's go with, or you could add a half-back pearl if you have those handy. I just happen to have my gems from Hobby Lobby handy right here. I just need 2 clear ones. I'm going to use tweezers. Whoops, come on. There we go. Got some glue strings here. I can see them on the tweezers. Just like that. And we have 2 adorable handmade poinsettias. And those box stores have nothing on us, right? So let's go ahead and gently lift this up and put a little hot glue there. And we're going to center that in the middle of our snowflake there. Do the same thing with this one. A little bit of hot glue. Over it'll tag a little bit. Center that in the middle of that snowflake. And that's where we're at so far. Isn't that cute? Now I have some of these, and I've had these for years, and they are like half-back pearl snowflake shapes. And if I can find them, I'll buy more, because this is all I've got left. And boy, I really like them. They make the cutest little decorations. So let's go ahead and put a little dab of glue and press one of those there. I did it one. And then another little dab of glue. Don't take very much. And press that one right down there. Okay, so we need some additional twine to tie a bow. Now, again, with the bows, I kind of leave it on there until I couldn't find the end to my thing, so I just cut it. And apparently I don't have the end yet. It's here somewhere. But it's okay. So I'm just going to tie a bow here while it's still attached, and then I'll trim it. Just want a tiny bow. And I just do the wrap it through the whole bow, you know. Maybe. Might need to start a little bit bigger. A little bit further apart. There we go. You have room. The twine is a little heavy. You could use ribbon. I just thought the twine was cute, you know. Okay. So let's go ahead and trim that one down. We're going to put some hot glue right on the back of that bow there. That will help keep it together. Won't let it come apart. And we're going to put that right on top of our twine there, like so. Just like that. Okay. Do another one. I will find thee into my twine one of these days. I was in a hurry. It's like, oh, I forgot to get flowers ready for that. So, all right, let me cut another end here. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. See if I got enough there. Loop, loop. Through the hole. Now, I'm not the best bow tire, but oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Try again here. Make it kind of even. There we go. All right. Pull that through. Okay. Again, a little bit of hot glue on there to hold it. Put that bow right down there. Right like that. There we go. Cute. All right, so let's put some of these little roses on. Like I said before, these roses are from AliExpress. And I got them in all different colors. I use these, are one of my favorite things to use as fillers because they're cute. They're easy. I cannot make them this small. And for the price, I mean, they are so reasonable. Okay, and I just snip the wire, push it over, and because if I don't, then it'll all start kind of falling apart. So I push that wire over. All right. So let's do the glue there. And I'm going to put some red there. And then glue around here. Lift my flowers up there a little bit so they don't get buried. Some white. There we go. We got a couple glue strings. But there. Now, if you wanted, you could use these as a tag because they've got a hole right there. So you could hang a little string on there and use them as a tag and just put two from on the back. You could stamp two, or you could handwrite to and from on the back if you would like. All right. So let's keep moving here. A little bit of glue on the back of that. And put that flower down there like so. Glue on the back of that. And put that flower down there like so. And another one done. See, nice and easy. Pretty. Okay. So that is our first embellishment. Like I said, I got that colored twine from Michael's in their jewelry department. That's where you find that. Okay, our next one, we're going to be using a sleigh die. Now this one I got on AliExpress. There's a video on the haul for my AliExpress dies. I don't get these. I just purchase them. It's a set of 3. And what I do is I take just your Dollar Tree foam board. Okay, Okay, it's just Dollar Tree foam board, and I'll cut a piece with a blade, and then you run it through and it compresses that, but it's still dimensional. It's probably like 1/8 of an inch thick, but it's compressed from the original. It's about half as thick as the original, but it holds its form. It's really nice. So then what I did was I cut out the same thing in just craft cardstock, and it does leave an actual wood grain. I don't know if you can see it. See the die? Okay, and I don't know if you can see it in the actual thing, but it does leave that wood grain texture in there. So that is our next project. So I'll show you a couple of those that I've done. Here's a red one in the large size. There's the medium, and here's the small. And I will give you a measurement on all three of those here a second. So I'll turn this over. I just left the back white. I didn't put anything on there. So about 3 inches high for the large one by 1.5 inches wide. The middle one is 2 3/4 inches high by 1 1/4 inches wide, and the smallest one is just a little over 1 1/4. I mean, just a little over 2 1/4 by about 1 1/8 wide. So nice size, as you can see from the palm of my hand. This is the tiny one, so it stretches for sure the 3 fingers, and this one goes to like the 4th finger, and then this one covers the palm of my hand lengthwise there. So you can see, not bad size and cuteness. So what I used for these little things here is some Merry and Bright Echo Park chipboard accents that I had. I'm trying to use up my stock that I have. I haven't purchased anything new for these 12 days. Oh, well, actually I do have some new dies, but I didn't purchase them for this specific. I purchased them for me. So I haven't bought any papers or anything like that. I'm using all stock that I have in those things. I want to use up what I have. And here is the large pink one with the white and pink flowers. And then here's the medium. And then these bows, again, were from this die from Tim Holtz. And it's 664210 Wreath and Snowflake. That's the die I used for the bows on these. AliExpress roses. The same snowflake die that I had. So, all right. Here we go. So we're going to glue. Now I did try gluing the paper on first before I cut the foam, but it's too much. It didn't want to do it. So I thought, I'm not going to wreck my machine or my dies. Just cut them separate and glue it on. So, but I did try. So some art glitter glue on there. And then we're just going to glue this. Now you can go ahead and edge that with ink or whatever. I'm not worried about that little bit of white showing on the sides. You know, that don't bother me. So, but you could ink it all if you wanted. So there's our sled. We are going to go ahead and grab a snowflake. Oh, I'm like, where's my stuff? Do I have one? I do not. So I have to cut a snowflake. I cut and cut and cut and cut, and then I still need to cut. All right, team, let me cut one snowflake. Never enough sometimes. Piece of white cardstock. I'm just batting 1,000 here. Just batting 1,000. Sorry about this, guys. Like, I literally have been cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting and cutting. So I'm just going to do one snowflake. There we go. So, fortunately, I've done enough of them that I got it down packed. I know exactly which one and what to do with it. So, there we go. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put that in here. Let's see here. And we got to decide which sticker we're going to do. I think I'm going to do this other deer because he's still cute. So what we're going to do with that little deer. So let's go ahead and put some hot glue on this. And we'll place you over on this side here. And then our deer down here. Now he is sticky, but I'm going to add more because I want to make sure that he's not going anywhere. Okay. Let's do a pink bow. So I'm just going to add hot glue there. Set that right along the top there, like so. And we're going to put a white gem in the center there as a decoration. Again, you can use flat back pearls or just leave them, but since it's being so pretty, we want to maybe keep it going that way. The gems just add the extra little sparkle. And let's go ahead and grab some of our miniature pink roses here. 2 of those and a white one. There we go. Same thing. Snip that wire. I should grab my other pliers. My scissors work better than this. And push that down. I have another pair of nippers that I prefer. Push that down. These are just my craft scissors, so I don't care if they get a little. All right, let's put some glue on there. And we're gonna tuck that rose right there. Some more glue. Tuck that rose right there. A little bit on the white. And tuck that one there. Glue string. Right down. Here we go. And that's how quick and easy those are. So that is number 2. And let's see what we're doing on time. Oh, we're good. We might get 4 in today. Okay. That's number 2. Number 3. This is a stocking die. This one's from KS Crafts, and I know this was on, I think this is still available through Amazon. If not, she is on AliExpress. Now there's another die here that I can't find, but it's just a little bit bigger than this. But I can't find it. So use that. And then it's got the tops. It's got the tops and it's got the toes. Okay. So it's just the stocking die. And there'll be a picture of 3 of them. This one I can't find my 3rd one. So, and it's got some other little goodies that go with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So we have a green one that I put together. And another little green one. So that's the big one and the little one. These little candy canes, I want to say they're from one of my gingerbread dies. It was just laying in my stash, so I don't know exactly which one, but I'm pretty sure it's from one of my many gingerbread dies. But just fell in love with these. And again, you could use this bigger one or even the smaller one as a to and from tag if you would like. And then here is the two pink ones with the mint green. And again, the same snowflakes, the same poinsettias. And then this other little snowflake here came from the cookie die for Tim Holtz, the number 2 Christmas cookie die set that I used the same snowflake from yesterday. So let's set those right here a second. And we will unbag this because I had it all together so we could do together. Let's see how we're coming along here. All right, so let's pour these all out. So we have the big stocking, the little stocking, and we're just going to start gluing those together. So we're going to glue the top part on here. It just goes right on there like that. This one here. You can cut these in any color you want. Doesn't really matter. Okay, here's the toe, I believe. Double check it. Yep. Okay. It goes on the toe, just like so. There we go. And this part's the heel, but I want to make sure I get it facing the right direction. Like this. I do a test fit first to make sure so I don't sit there with glue all over and get it wrong. You know? So there we go. And then this one here. Let's do a test fit on this heel. Okay. Yep. Just so tiny. Just a little bit. There we go. And I like the smaller embellishments. Let's see here. Boop, boop, boop. Nope, definitely that way. Definitely that. Yep. Did I grab the wrong thing? Okay, I'm going to put this on there. I don't know why I grabbed the wrong thing. What would that go to? All right, I'm going to glue it on there and we'll just trim off the extra. It'll be fine because it's going to get covered pretty much anyway. Apparently, I just grabbed the wrong die cut. So it's going to be just fine. We'll just trim off that tiny bit off the back there. We'll be all right. We're not going to panic about anything so trivial. Just like that. Boom. No one's going to know but me and you. Oh, did I miss mine? There it is. Get rid of all those trimmings there. Okay. So let's bring our little examples in here so we know exactly, because they're so cute that I want to duplicate that. Okay, so I've got 2 on this one. Just about like that. Again, these are ones we've been using. Pretty little snowflakes we've been using. That. These are our little poinsettia roses, just like the ones we just made. Right in the center. And because this is bigger, I decided to do 2 on the bigger one and 1 on the smaller one. Let's go ahead and get this on the smaller. Whoops. Did the wrong side, but that's all right. We're going to put a flower on the center of the outside anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. And then go ahead and set our poinsettia right in there. Perfect. So now I had a candy cane here. Now with the candy canes, I just cut them both out of like a color and then white, and then just reverse them. So one might have that on the top and the other one might have the white on the top. So, and I just, that way it's easy to cut. I don't have to think about it. I don't have to sit and cut a bunch of the other ones. And, you know, it just make it easy, and they still look good. So I'm just going to put that on there. Especially with things this small, you know, you just don't want to spend a lot of time fussing with things. These poinsettia flowers. Now, if I was just going to make up a ton, but I want to use my dies too, because then I can use my scraps. But, you know, you gotta see, you can see this one is white on the top with the red, and this one's red on the top with the white. So I'm going to hold that there like that, and I'm going to just lift that up, and then a little tiny bead of, just a real small bead of hot glue on there to hold that in place, just like that. Then we need a little white rose. Looks like I'm going to have to grab some more flowers. And I am going to. All right. We are going to put a white rose right here, like so. Grab some more whites here. See, this is just some of them. I've got another box that is actually full of these of different colors. And then I just recently got another shipment in because I don't want to run out of those. Because like I said, I use these all the time. These are like a must-have in my craft room. I just use too many of them. So I have them now. The only color I found that I didn't like was this bright yellow. I thought was more of the gold one that I had. And so I thought I ordered more of the gold color for fall. And it came and it was a bright yellow. And so I wasn't too happy with that. So I think I'm just going to take them and edge them with something else. So there's that one. That's like its little twin there. And then let's go ahead and finish this one. Grab some white roses here. We're going to cut that. Smush it. And these aspects doing these, hot glue gun is your friend. Because it helps you hold better. But there are just times when you just, like here, this, I mean, I could use a hot glue gun, but it's pretty small. So here we go. Let's go ahead and put that right on there like that. And then we need another white. Oh, I got some whites right there. Didn't even see them. Off to the side there's some more whites. I thought I grabbed plenty. My granddaughter was in here earlier before she had to go, and she had all my pink stuff stacked. All of it stacked together. This is all pink. She's 4, so, you know, and pink is our favorite color. So she had everything that I had cut out that was pink all stacked in one little pile there. It was funny. And I don't mind, so but she does no harm. Okay, so let's grab a little white ribbon now. These, I showed you how to do these yesterday. So that is in tutorial number 2 for embellishments. I'm just going to tuck that right in there like that. And that is that one. And it's the glue strings. Let's get the glue strings off there. There we go. Aren't those cute? I just love with these. And these are going to, all these red and green ones are going to go on that red sleigh. And that's going to be a gift for someone. So I hope she likes them. She will get a little bit of everything. All right. So let's go ahead and do, I had one ready too. All right, let me get some of these little things out of the way because we're not going to need these. I'm just going to get some of these wires out of my way. Here we go. Because this last project is the one that we missed on the second, because those two first ones were long tutorials, more time consuming. All right. So for these deer, I use just a circle punch. You can just draw a circle from any a glass or whatever you have. This just happens to be 2 1/8 inch craft punch. If you have Cricut, you can cut just mini out, but that's the circle base that I started with. And there's a black, and I've got some pinks. So we have two different kinds going on here. So I have this one, and I have this kind. Okay. Now you could do the stars on here if you wanted, but I just didn't. And then we have them in pink, and another pink with just the green trees, and then the 3 deer in pink. So let's go ahead and build one of these. Let's build this one in the black. So let me grab some deer here. So we need that deer. We need a big one and a little one. There's the little one, and then there should be one that's looking up. There we go. And we'll have one of each of these. Okay, perfect. Now to start, we're going to glue our trees on. So these are the trees from that same die, from the one I just stole here. Let me grab the package here. Maybe. Here it is. It's that Sizzix, and that's that tree die. And it's got the 2 pieces. It's got this one and then this one down here. And it's 662280. I do not have any idea if it's still available, but any tree will do. You can use any tree. These ones are 1.5 inches tall. Okay, and about 1 1/4 inches wide at the base. So because these have a dimension to them, where'd that Pocky tool go? I just had it. Right here. Okay, so this is just, again, it's that clay tool that I use. I'm just going to kind of poke those little things up from the back side. Just raise them up a little bit. These are also the same trees I used in the tree, or in the back of the truck on day 2. Same exact tree. Okay. And then these ones I don't have to poke all of these up because part of it's going to not show, but whatever part that goes on, it will push those down, and we can restand more up later when we get done gluing. Okay. So we're going to start by gluing down the first one. And I just put glue on the outside because I don't want to glue down those little parts. And we're going to place this just hanging out over top. And whatever's hanging out over the bottom doesn't matter because we'll just trim that off when we trim our snow off. And, whoop, well, goodness sakes. Get back on there. There we go. Okay, like that. And I'm going to pull some of these up before it dries. Get that dimension back there. Glue gets under there, they won't lift up. Okay, just like that. I'm just using the needle here. Okay. Second one, same thing. Just along the tips there. Just enough to hold it down because other things are going to get glued on top. A little bit on the bottom. And we're going to bring this down just below that other one. Just a tiny smidge. I'll hold it up here in just a second so you can see it. There we go. So it's just like a maybe 1/8 of an inch. Maybe 1/8 of an inch. Let me get this down there. And again, we're going to pull some of these up so they don't get glued down accidentally. There we go. Then we need to cut a snowbank. So what I did was I took my punch. Let me put the cap on the glue here. And I grabbed a piece of white. And I wanted to do this together with you. And I punched a circle. Okay, just like that. Then I cut the circle in half. Okay. So this is going to line up at the bottom. Then I just kind of cut a snowbank. Just a random little snowbank. And you can make it flat. You can make it, I think I'm going to make it more curvy just to give it more kind of character. Like that. Okay. And we're going to line that up on it. And we want to cover in the edge like that. See, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to hold this in place and I'm going to lift that up and I'm going to get my glue down underneath there. Okay. Just kind of hold it and get some glue down there. And then lift it here, get some glue down there. Okay. Now, we're going to flip this over and we're going to trim off that excess. Okay. Including the little piece of branch we got there. And we're just going to trim that off. Follow the black along and trim it off. That is the easiest way to do your snowbank. Isn't that cute? So then for the deer, and these are Tim Holtz deer. This is 662426 Winter Wonderland. And I just cut these 3 smallest deer here. And I'm going to flip these backwards so they're facing backwards. And I'm going to add 1 of my small glue dots to each one of these. Now these glue dots here are just from the Dollar Tree. So nothing fancy, nothing special. Okay. So the one that's looks like he's browsing or eating, we're going to put him down to the left. Now I want his feet to almost come to the edge there. Just about like that. Okay. So his foot is almost to the edge there. And his head's about in the middle of that branch there. Okay. And we're going to go with the bigger one. We'll call it the mama. And then she is going to go right on the other side, just about like that. And her head will be just about in the middle of those 2 trees. Her feet will match up kind of with his. Okay. That's deer number 2. For deer number 3, we need another foam dot on top of this one because we want to make him even more forward than the other 2. So we're going to put another dot on there. But first we're going to cut another snowbank and cover their feet. So the same scenario, we're going to take our thing, our round part on the bottom, and I'm just going to give a little bit of that in there. And this is just going to cover part of their feet like that. Okay. And that one, just like that. So I need 1 dot on there. I'm going to go with a medium size, and I'm going to run one of those here and one here on the bottom. Okay. And then maybe a tiny one in between his legs there, just to help up. I don't want his leg down. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and take the stickies off. So these are actually not that much work. They're actually quite fun, and they are just so cute. Again, if you wanted to use these as a to and from card, you know, or if you wanted to use them as a punch a little hole on top. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit like that. That, just like that. Okay. Another snowbank. And as you can see, we need to trim a little bit off the back. Now this is a little bit harder because it's raised a little bit higher. So just keep your edge of your scissor just lined up. Don't tip it in. Okay. Just like that. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to take our smallest deer, or our third deer, I should say the smallest one, and we're going to take him, and this is going to go right in between those two deer, right there. And there we go. Oops, come on. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. Okay. So when you see all the dimension there. Okay. Now for the moon, I took just my Dollar Tree punch. Took a piece of white and punched a hole. Drop that out there. Okay. This is the one I just punched out. I put it back in part way and punched it again, and that gave me a partial moon. Now if you want a full moon, you can have a full moon. This one has a full moon, and I just use these paper punches right here. Now I suppose you could use your back from your sticky, but it is kind of silky on one side. So all right, just like that. And that one is done. Okay. So, and then these trees were done the same way. And then I just put the snow on the back the same way. And then just added that deer on a couple pop dots. And then the pink one was done the same. Just use a different colored trees. Now, this was a lot easier. This die I had to stamp and then die cut it. So that's why I switched to these, because these were so much easier. I could just punch them all or run them through my die machine all at once. I didn't have to stamp them. I didn't have to worry about it. So that is why I switched to that. So that is our four tutorials for today of our embellishments. Let me bring these back in here while I finish chatting. I want to thank you for joining in, following along. Please leave a thumbs up and share my video with others. It does help promote my channel. I'm a small channel yet. Like I have said before, I don't get paid for these. So if you do see a commercial, that's not my commercial. It's YouTube's commercial. So they're making money off of my videos. I'm not. So we got all of those. What else we got? Other jars. So I do appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you so much. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and hit that red subscribe button down in the right hand corner. When that bell comes up, you hit that and you'll be notified each time I put up a new video. So, and new subscribers are always appreciated and welcome. I'm going to bring this out just a little bit so you can see a little bit more here. Look at that. We got quite a bit done. So I think maybe tomorrow will be just maybe a couple more embellishments, and I think we'll move on to something else. I have some other things planned. So I'm excited to get those out. So maybe day 4 might be one of those other projects just to give us a break from the embellishments. But I am so happy with all of these embellishments. They are certainly some of the cutest ones I've done. And I'm just very pleased with them. I hope you give it a try. And if you do, let me know. Forward me some pictures. And I hope you continue to join in for the rest of the 12 days of Christmas in July. And as always, until the next time, I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.